Okay. Throughout your life, I'm sure there's been more than one time where you've tried to create a different habit. Whether it be eating healthier, reading more often, drinking more water instead of soda, or anything else you wanted to change in that season of your life. Robert Polarny, a #1 best-selling author and president of Pacifica Wealth Advisors, wrote an article on CBS.com, How to Create New Habits, and quotes, "It's been estimated that anywhere between 75% and 90% of our daily behavior is habitual, which means every day from when we wake up in the morning to our evening ritual is a habit." Throughout my speech, I will be explaining what a habit is, how to start a new habit, and how to complete a habit by using an anchor. There is a difference between a habit and a goal. My definition of a goal is an aspiration you want to achieve within a time frame. Whereas a habit, according to Dr. Stephanie Ann Burns, Chief Executive Officer at Dow Corning, quotes on her official website, "Habits are those things you do without thinking. Things like setting the alarm, cleaning your teeth, doing the laundry, and feeding the dog." And there are countless ways and methods on how to create new habits. But the one particular one I will be talking about is BJ Foggs's Tiny Habits. An article published on HuffingtonPost.com in October 2012, Life Changes, How to Create New Habits by Lee Newman, a creative writer and current deputy editor of Oprah.com. Lee Newman at the time was one of 3,000 members trying the newly introduced program, Tiny Habits. BJ Foggs is currently a social scientist and behavior researcher at Stanford University and has created his own method on how to create new habits. First off, Fogg disregards the 21 days method and quotes, "Neither is accurate. You do not need to perfect one habit before going on to another, and you can create a new habit relatively quickly. The first step is just figuring out what a habit is," which Dr. Stephanie Ann Burns already provided us with a definition. Habits are those things you do without thinking. Things like setting the alarm, cleaning your teeth, doing the laundry, and feeding the dog. After we rethink what we perceive as a habit, they are actually very simple and very small. Fogg says to think small, smaller than small, and quotes, "The #1 mistake people make is not going tiny enough." If we try to create a new habit by doing a big life-altering decision at one time, it's more than likely going to end up failing. That's why when you go to set a habit, start out small. During Lee Newman's time in the program, she decided to start a habit of running every morning. And the advice she got from Fogg was, just put on your shoes. Do something so small it doesn't take much effort or thought or throw you out of your way. Do something so insignificant it feels as if you're not doing anything at all. Fogg uses the example of starting a new habit of flossing your teeth. He said the first time you go to floss your teeth, just floss one for 5 days. Then over time, it gets easier and easier because you know exactly where everything is and how everything feels. And another strong factor in actually creating the habit is finding an existing habit and building on top of it. Fogg first stumbled upon this realization when he was getting socks out of his drawer. He knew that after he got his socks out, he would close the drawer. He calls this your anchor, building a new habit onto an old habit. So let's put this into practice. Let's say you want to tone your arms by doing push-ups every evening. So the first night you do this, it's 10:30 at night. You just get done watching the news and you get ready to take a shower, just like every other day. Right as you go up to turn off your TV, get down on the ground, do one push-up, and that's it. Right now, you're not trying to tone your arms or get buff. Right now, you're just trying to get yourself familiar with your surroundings and doing one action that doesn't take much thought. Then do that for 5 days and add on one, or maybe 2. And that's it. Fogg reinforces that it's super easy to create a new habit. It just takes a little conscious effort. So, now that you know what a habit is, how to start a new habit, and find an existing habit to build a new habit, I hope you can use BJ Foggs' Tiny Habits to your advantage. And I found this interesting. If you'd like to learn more in depth, you can visit tinyhabits.com, and it even has 5-day programs you can join for free. Thank you.